drip goes crazy today.
Dude, thank you. I just got this jacket.
Not talking about it.
Oh.
Talking about the merch, dude.
I think the hoodie's even cooler
It
than the
is
jacket.
live right down in the bio. Top link. Ready for this?
You go
Lefty.
first. All right. Ow. Oh, I feel good too. Oh, no dance, dog. Good.
I missed it.
Oh, boo.
Classic hostess.
Good energy.
This man right here.
Cannon just so happens to see it. The head of marketing messaged me, was like, hey, we love your story. How would you like to be a part of the team? Thanks to you guys.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, you guys are really changing lives, and
Insane.
you know what I mean?
Did you get rolled by cops at all during these shoots?
Thank God, no, but we had just wrapped one take. We were up at the top of the mountain. A motorcycle cop came by and he was like, if I saw you guys shooting that, I would have given you a ticket. So we're like, what are you talking about? We're shooting like a YouTube video.
It's so smart when you make ocean photography and videography your niche. It's like you only get to go to cool places. They don't got oceans in North Dakota, dog. I should have done that. Cars are just like, they're everywhere.
And then it's gonna shoot the penguins. It's gonna pan.
This is not what I thought he was going to say.
It's gonna pan. It's gonna pan with the penguins, right? It's just shooting the penguins, and they're gonna say, "Day 37. I've infiltrated. They still don't know who I." And it pans over, and that's just me in a penguin suit. You've seen those memes, but I'm putting it in live action, so that's one of the videos.
And
Sam Newton's 5th film
cheers,
festival.
cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 100 of the 505 podcast. We're away today. We got an away game.
We got an away game, dude. Wearing away jerseys. We're ready to go.
The drip goes crazy today.
Dude, thank you. I just got this jacket.
Not talking about it.
Oh.
Dude.
Talking about the merch, dude.
I think the hoodie's even cooler
It
than the
is
jacket.
live right down in the bio, top link. Okay, this is important though, because this is going to sell out. I guarantee that they sell out. They're going to be live for 7 days. But for
7 days.
But for the first 3 days, it's going to be a little discount
Okay.
down
Nice.
below. So we're helping
Get in
everybody
there
out.
fast.
Getting there quick. First 3 days, they're going to sell out. I promise you. And we gotta get into the one-handed crack presented by Leisure Hydration. You ready for this?
You go
Lefty.
first. All right. Ow, dude.
Oh, dog.
In the nines?
That was in the nines.
Ready?
I think that's a 9-1.
Oh, I feel good too. Oh, no dance, dog.
That wasn't there?
No, that was there.
That was there.
8-7 chase.
Yeah,
Come
let's
on.
go. Let's go. That's a good day.
I missed it.
Oh, boo.
Classic
dude.
hostess.
Good energy.
Hold on.
Still, it's not bad. I like that you put it
No,
down.
hold on. Oh, it popped out.
6-5.
6'5".
Generous
6-5. Cheers, boys. 100.
Cheers. 100.
We don't have enough leisures for
Sit-
Keon.
sit-
Sorry,
yeah.
Rock.
I'm suspended until further notice anyway.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
one-handed cracks are
Right.
Wow.
No good.
Feels good to be back there,
Yeah,
dude.
but dude, okay.
Huh.
This merch though.
yes.
love a
So
Tell
we
me.
got hoodies.
Yes.
Okay. We got t-shirts. We got hats.
Hats are really cool.
And we're doing this thing where we're raffling off a 1-hour Zoom call with the Rocks.
Nice.
$5 a ticket.
$5 a ticket. You can get as many as you want. If you get more, you got a better chance of winning the raffle.
We can do anything in an hour, dude. An hour is a long time.
Tons of time for
Dude,
activities.
we could watch half a movie together if you wanted.
Yeah.
You know, a lot going on. But the merch is. You show them a little flippy.
You want me to give
flippy.
a spin?
Yeah. Hey, give them a spin. It says support your local creator on the front in a tiny little thing.
Support your local creator. What does it say on the bottom?
All right, read it. You read it. I can't read out loud.
Okay, no, I don't take exposure as payment. Classic. No, I can't just change the song. And no, Net 30 doesn't work for
No,
me.
dude.
Doesn't work for
You
me.
know why? It's because I fucking ripped Net 60 and it sucks. It's such a cool hoodie, dude. I literally love it. My girlfriend loves it. Everyone's trying to steal it from me. I've been a big fan.
Shout out to the whole team that made it. We got
Yeah.
Mika Ventura doing the design, Henry Amon
Yeah.
helping us out with
goat.
with some of the design stuff, and we got also Hayden Solly who did all of the photo content, and Keon doing the BTS. Come on, baby.
Yeah,
Come
show up with the
on.
camera,
Yeah.
stuff that really gets used, but I just like to be there, really.
Hell yeah.
I just want to say thank you though to all of you that have been here with us since the days that we didn't have 4 working microphones.
Right.
It's pretty wild to go back to the very beginning and just think about how far we've came on this journey, and we're just super grateful that you guys are here with us, that you're rocking with us, that you're commenting on the stuff, sending it to your friends, that you're liking Meme Fridays. It means the world. And I can't wait to see in 6 months and in a year from now where this community's at, because you guys are awesome.
It's just crazy to think that we made it to 100. What's the stat? Isn't it like 90% of podcasts or something don't make it to episode 3?
Yeah, man.
And then of those, like 10% that's left, like 90% of those don't make it to episode
10,
20?
yeah, or something.
like that?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, this has been a crazy journey, and I I really feel like we're still just getting started.
Right, dude. And we're staying consistent at anything is hard.
Yeah.
You know, we fucking have done it. I'm pretty excited
cheers
about
to
it. But we
that.
gotta stick to it, you know.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. Dude, this morning I woke up, ran 6 miles with our good buddy Jack Cook.
Nice,
Cooper.
dude.
Jack was trying to push the pace on me.
Oh, fucker.
A little bit. And I was like, yo, I know
Yeah,
you
hey,
do the
For the vlog or?
Yeah, I feel like it was for the
Yeah,
vlog.
he's filming it.
Yeah, he was trying to really, one up me a little bit on this run.
Unbelievable, dude.
But I went to the fish convention, Chase.
Nice.
And I got this shrimp that only eats starfish.
That is so scary, dude.
And I think that you should come over and we should
Yes.
go get a starfish.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, I'm so down.
Wait, that's
Like,
what it eats?
Yeah, so dude, its only source of food. It doesn't eat like no pellets, no
just
flakes.
live
It is
fucking
like, yo, we
starfish.
only rock with starfish.
That's
like-
fucked up, dude.
I feel like that's the equivalent of getting a snake and feeding it rats.
yeah,
but
yeah.
but I don't feel as connected. I feel way more connected to shrimp.
Yeah,
You know,
You don't feel bad for the starfish. They're just food.
Yeah, they're just food for him. You know what I mean?
Is the shrimp? Is he gonna live for a while?
4 years.
You name him yet?
Yeah, Ricky.
Nice, good name.
Right?
dude.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. You also just got back from Japan. You're a little jet lagged.
A little bit. I was more jet lagged going there than I am
Sure.
coming back.
Coming back is easier, I think.
Japan is crazy.
Yeah,
Like
clean.
I know Chase has been for what, 10 hours?
12 hours.
12 hours?
Just
all
12?
night. 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Dude, I had a layover. Saw everything, dude. I
It
couldn't
is-
believe it. I couldn't tell you how many things I saw. It was unbelievable. Crazy night.
It was one of the coolest trips I've ever taken because of the way I did it. So I went with Fujifilm, and I got to test out this new camera that you can pre-order now. I don't know if it's like actually out by the time this is.
Sold out, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I had never shot Fujifilm before, so I was like really hyped to test out a new camera model, and I love it. Like Chase and I
Yeah.
were talking on the way over here. I think I might sell my Leica. Like that's how much I like it.
Wow.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal, man.
Wow.
Don't tell Leica, bro.
I want
I
to
know,
go. I
right?
want to take it for a spin.
I really want to take it for a spin.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play
Should
with
we
it.
do a little 1-2 punch?
Yeah, a little shake
Just a
and
little
bake.
walkabout.
I'll see if I can get you guys some.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But Japan was super cool. It's so clean. Like there's no trash cans anywhere. Like to throw stuff away, you have to like walk into a 7-Eleven or a convenience store. It's pretty crazy. But it's so clean. There's like the serving sizes, and like I was trying to get a big coffee, and coffees are like
Everything's
this small.
dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything's so small.
But it's crazy. Shibuya specifically is like a specific area. It's like the famous Shibuya crossing. Have you seen
Yes.
that?
Yes.
That area has like the coolest shopping. It has all these designer stores, the vintage stuff. I got this jacket. The vintage shopping
Not
goes
as cool as the
crazy. Yeah, not as cool as the merch.
But still super
but
cool.
still cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chef Boyardee.
Ramen, incredible. Sushi,
Yeah, I love ramen,
phenomenal. And I got to meet some like incredible creators, and it was just an awesome trip, and made me want to travel more like that. Because when you go with a brand, like they take care of you. It was great.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm glad you got to go.
Yeah.
It looked really fun. And Ed Lee was there. Got to
Dude,
see
yeah, we
yeah,
linked up.
the guy, dude, the homie.
to see Ed Lee.
I got probably my favorite meal with Ed. We went to this
Ever or like in Japan?
in Japan.
Okay.
In Japan.
Okay.
We went like you take your shoes off, you sit like in the
Nice.
floor, and it was we tried like a bunch of really fancy steak, like A5 steak, and they just pair it with rice.
Sure.
It was just phenomenal.
All you could need.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
fucking rad,
yeah. And it's cheap. Like ramen was like $6-7.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dollar goes far.
Dollar goes far, and I was also really hungry the whole time I was there, and I think it's just because we were walking so much. Like I'm eating a meal, and then just walking a ton, then eat another meal.
That feels
walking a
good
ton.
though. You feel alive when you're
Yeah.
hungry, dude.
Chase and I were saying though, there was a time I was walking from one area to Shibuya, and I was alone, and just exploring a new city and walking around alone, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
Do you feel safe? Very safe.
It was
Yeah.
really, I
Yeah.
did not feel like in danger at all. Like even though it's so foreign there, like it feels extremely safe.
Yeah.
And dude, it's alive like no matter what time of the day it
Really?
is. Oh, it could be like 4 a.m. and people are still out. Like it doesn't matter. It's
Wow.
crazy.
I was saying
I
that
wanna
like
go
it's
so
it's
bad.
fun. The solo travel with your camera, like going on by yourself, it's like that's your buddy, you know. And it's kind of fun to be like, this is my friend. Like it's like you can almost like go into a cafe with a camera by yourself, and it's not weird. But if you're just like going to a cafe by yourself, it's like kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The camera's a big deal, dude. Speaking of which, one of my goals was
Okay.
to use 6 cameras this year, and I've already fucking used 4. Dude.
Oh.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Come on.
So I use the C70, obviously, and then I use the R5C, which I love. And then I've used the FX3 and the FX6, all for different fucking shoots. R5C is my favorite so far, but next 2 weeks from now, I'm using the Komodo for a Genesis shoot. Yeah,
Remember
Komodo X kit.
my old child?
Yeah, dude, I'm excited to play with her again.
God. She went to a good home.
She went to a good home. Yeah, that dude shoots all the Young Gravy shit, which is so funny. No,
Dude, wait, Young Gravy came out at the Two Friends concert that I shot,
sick, dude.
which is hilarious.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Full circle, dude. Wisconsin, Madison guy.
Let's go.
Dude. Madison, Wisconsin. Yeehaw. But yeah, dude, fucking just been playing with cameras, hanging out.
You'll get to play with mine too. So then that'll be 6 if you drift the
6?
Komodo
Yeah,
and
that would
VIKEN.
be 6. Just like that, dude. And it's not even fucking
easiest
March
goal.
yet.
Come
yeah,
on,
let's go,
dude. You're an absolute dog.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you know,
I think
those-
you're not setting your goals big enough, bro.
That's a big goal.
Yeah.
6 is a lot.
6 was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot,
yeah.
but all of a sudden I just had a lot of shoots and I just rent different ones.
Hell yeah.
And Sony one's not as good.
Yeah, tell them how it is, dude.
No, low light's insane. It's the look is too digital. It's like a really beautiful iPhone kind of. Whereas the Canon feels like a shitty film camera. You know what I mean? Which is better to me. I don't know.
I'm excited for you to try the Fujifilm though, because I'm starting to feel like it's the perfect travel camera if you want to stay light and
Yeah.
still shoot great quality stuff, but not take like a big ass setup.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Do you have anything to leave the people with, Keon, after you've been with us for, how many episodes have you been with us for?
So I think the first one that I got on board was
Henry.
episode 14 with Henry, I think.
Yeah.
I remember I pulled up,
That's crazy to think about 14.
had a little vibe with Fig, and then like they're like, we're recording a pod tonight. I was like, oh, I'm definitely staying for this. Chase comes in. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm Chase. I'm like, dude, I know who you are. Like,
Yeah.
of course. I'm like,
first
this guy's
first and only time I've ever been recognized.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's the man. But man, it's been awesome. These past like 2 years, pretty much exactly till like 2 days ago, made a lot of progress, built a community, and I'm pumped for season 3.
Sky's the limit,
Hell
dude.
yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Keon also, you've put the team on your back, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like a lot of this
Backed it.
growth has been because of how hard you went on social. So just want to say thank you.
I
for
appreciate
that.
y'all. I mean, I
Yes,
couldn't
big
do without
time.
you guys are putting out banger content for me to just hammer on social. So you guys are crushed it this year for sure.
Season 3 is going to be epic. We are going to take a few weeks off. So if you don't
Got it.
see us, we're coming back. Don't worry. We'll keep you updated on IG stories. But before we get into our first guest, which is actually a repeat guest from episode 41.
Yep.
Let's go get Jay Ford on, huh?
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
Let's go.
do it.
Jay Ford, give me the one-handed crack. Round 2.
Redemption.
This is my redemption.
Yeah, this is
I
your
got a
redemption year.
6.5 last time.
Okay, yep.
I was so excited for you.
Bro, that's the most dents I've ever seen in a can.
Holy shit.
Yo,
My bad,
listen,
yo.
you get a 4-1, but what's important is the film banged, and that's
film
what matters.
The film bang.
God, it
Appreciate
was-
it, man.
So you were on episode 41. Okay.
41, yes.
What transpired once you got off the episode? You went home. Those next few months, what happened?
Everything changed from this podcast, and I tell Coach this all the time. I'm like, literally from the day I left you guys' place, everything changed. And this man right here,
Let's go.
This is the rebrand.
Buddy, like and subscribe.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
The new next merch is just this.
Sam's face.
Sam's
I just
face.
want to pop in here real quick. Say this guy, absolute legend. He doesn't smell the best. You could use a stick of deodorant every once in a while, but other than that, that's the one setback. It's only setback.
Don't listen
10 out
to
of
him.
10 guy. Just smells.
This is the guy. This is the guy where everything changed. Right after the first episode, Sam just so happened to hear it, and he called me up about a week later. He was like, "Yo, bro, I saw you guys on the 505. I really love everything about your story. Hey, what do you think about going to Iceland to do a film?" And I'm like, "Okay." That's crazy because I've always been a fan of Sam my entire film career. And then he called me right after. He was like, "Hey, are you free next week?" I'm like, "For what?" He was like, "We're going to Iceland." Literally from the 505. And then once I landed, he said, "I didn't tell you, but we're actually doing this film about you." And
Wow.
yes. And so we did the entire film in Iceland. They did the film about me. Canon just so happens to see it. The head of marketing messaged me. Was like, "Hey, we love your story. How would you like to be a part of the team?" And the rest is history. I'm still working with them right now. So thanks to you guys.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, you guys are really changing lives,
Insane,
and
dude.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, wow.
Like that like literally changed my life. And then it's all about just putting your story out there and being authentic, and then the right person will listen, and that's what happened.
Holy shit.
So this last project that we just watched, What If? Is it live for people to watch everywhere or not yet?
Not yet. Next week.
Next week,
okay.
Yeah.
So
So
look for it.
we're planning for this event, and then we're gonna release it probably sometime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to conceptualize the film to finally be able to put it out to market today so we ought to watch it?
Conceptualize it. Months, man. Like when they told me to come up with the idea, I didn't know what to do. And so those what if moments came into my own head. I'm like, what if I'm not good enough? What if they chose the wrong person? And I said, what if I did a film about that? What about people that are dealing with those what if moments in their own lives, but they apply it and change the narrative into something positive? What if I can change the world? What if I can help somebody younger than myself? And that's what we did. And the hardest part was finding the right people who have that story, because not everybody can deal with that. So
yeah, what was that process like, finding those artists who were in the video?
I wanted to do creatives that you don't get to see too often. So we had a violinist, we got a painter, we had a ballet dancer, and I just wanted to find the right people. And I wanted to have some ethnicity into it. Because being a person of color myself and being at an event like this, which is amazing, but sometimes I'm the minority. All the time I'm a minority. And I was like, all right, if anybody's going to do it, it has to be me to put our stories out there, because we are amazing. We just don't get the recognition. So I made sure that was that. And Instagram, I found him.
Wow. Power of the DM.
Like the portrait shots of them were so cool. Like the side, like profile shots were so. I was just talking about how I love that you like super seamlessly incorporated Canon into the video, yes. And you like see like maybe through the monitor, or like the C70 like kind of moving up or whatever. And then there's one shot of the violin guy, yes. And then it cuts to you like seeing the shot, and you're like, that's fucking it. I loved that shot. It was so genuine, you know? Yeah.
Yes. And that was my boy Christopher Baladeras, and he just captured the moment so perfectly. And we have a behind the scenes coming pretty soon where we have all of that. And it was just so authentic. Everybody was so cool, and just made the film that much better.
From these few months that it took you to make it, what do you feel like was one thing that maybe you learned along the way that you're going to take into the next film that you do with Canon?
That's a really good question. Just kind of getting the right team together, and sometimes it's really hard to find the right people to do the right thing. And there was a few people that we went through, and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. But now that I learned this, I'm like, all right, I got my guys, I got my girls that I can go to war with. You know what I mean? And now that I found that, I'm like, all right, what can we do next? Hello, Canon.
Yeah, right. Yep. But that's cool. I feel like you have the proof of concept, and you're like, I can do this. Canon. Let's do it bigger next time.
Yes. And then like hopefully the budgeting was another hard part too. And like I never produced a film like this before, and getting a certain amount of money, I'm like, damn, where does this all go? And there's a few things I could have cut corners on that could have made the film a little bit better. But it's just all a learning experience. Everything you do, every project that you work on is all a learning experience. And I learned the most, and I'm still learning today from all these films that I saw.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to think of what we could say on this podcast to take another giant leap in your life. You know?
I'm ready, man.
Jay Ford,
I'm ready.
Tarantino, hit him up.
Right.
I know you listen.
Just seeing those films that we saw today, and like the people like Mitchell Mullins and Dylan and everybody, and I'm like, man, how can I take it to the next level in that type of way? And these people are doing it, and these are my friends and peers now. Now I just need to kind of sit next to them and shadow them and see how to go.
Hell yeah.
Do you feel like your interests have changed since episode 41 to right now, and the things that you're making or things that you're interested in making in these next 6 to 12 months?
Yes, definitely. Just not pulling up with the camera and just shooting it. Kind of be intentional about everything that we do. Kind of really storyboarding everything, really writing out, really giving the audience of a story that they want to hear, but not only they want to hear, but something that you want to tell. And if I can do that for every film, that would be amazing. Like this film, I was well thought of. Took me months to kind of figure it out, and then once I got it, I'm like, oh, this is like a drug. I want to do this more and more now. And me and Kostas talk all the time about doing those big passion projects that are intentional, that have meaning behind it.
Yeah, we're gonna be working on some stuff.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Wait on it.
Yep.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on. I know this was like short. We're just gonna interview a bunch of people, but I'm just hyped that you got to come on, because we've been talking about having you back on to tell how you came on the first time and like what's transpired since. And it's so dope to see your success so far, man.
Crazy.
And I'm so excited to see what you got in store.
And I'm
in the
sure
future.
I'm not the only one whose life's about to change from this podcast. You guys are such a staple in the creative community. Every time I turn on my TikTok, I see you guys' faces, and I'm like, wow, they're really doing it, and they're pushing through it from episode 41 to where you guys at now?
100. This is 100.
This is 100.
Yes,
oh
sir.
my god! So another 100 to go, and we're excited to take you guys. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see that.
Cheers, fam. family.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, baby.
Cheers to that, my boys. Thank
Yeah.
you guys so much.
And check out What If. It's
What If?
so good.
Yes.
Dude. I
Thank
loved
you.
it.
Coming soon.
Spencer Shipman, give me the one-handed crack. Hit it.
Rip it.
No, Spencer. Holy shit,
Holy
dude.
shit.
Should be off.
Lift. Bang.
Oh, that was really good.
Did you
Once
put
it
it
was
back
off.
down like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
And down.
Just dented
And
the piss
little
out of
dent.
it. Hey, it's 4-9. Welcome to the team, baby.
All right.
Hey,
Come on.
hey,
Thank
we're
you,
here.
thank
We're
you,
doing it. We're
thank
doing
you.
it. We're doing it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to that, baby.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
Shout out
cheers.
to Leisure.
Shout out.
Shout out to Leisure. Okay, how did you get the shot in your film? You were filming a downhill skateboarder. These guys are going upwards of
So fast, dude.
70, 65?
About 70,
About 70
65.
miles per hour. How do you even go about, rigging up these cars to chase them? / you had some crash scenes in there.
Yeah.
Did you guys film those, or were those old footage that they had grabbed?
That was all source footage. Thank God. 'Cause
Wow.
I don't know
Yeah.
what I would have done if I saw that happen live
Oh
time.
my God.
And thank God everyone was okay. Obviously, no one died or
Right.
anything crazy. But yeah, it was tough because we had a Toyota Tacoma for one of them, which, as you guys know, a 2009 Toyota Tacoma cannot drive 70 miles an hour around mountain roads. So we had to get a little bit creative with longer lenses. We also had a Volkswagen shooting some of the wider angle stuff, but that was a different rig. So there's some limitations on like camera control, focus control, all that stuff. So yeah, the hardest part was just kind of figuring out how fast can we push the Tacoma without flipping it over the mountain, and then the angles we wanted to get, because you don't really know where the sun is until you get there. We did a couple scout days, but a lot of it was just kind of figuring out on the fly how to do it.
And where were these roads that you were filming on? Because they're pretty gnarly.
Yeah, so the main one was Deer Creek, which is a very coveted road for a lot of skaters. A lot of world-renowned skaters come there, and they're actually scared to skate this road because it just looks really intimidating. You have the ocean in the background. But yeah, all of it is in Malibu, Topanga, a lot of roads out here.
God, it was so insane, dude.
It was giving me goosebumps thinking about going down these mountains that fast. So the last time we talked to you, you were filming concerts,
Yeah.
and life has changed a ton since we last spoke,
It
right?
has, yeah.
So you take this transition from filming DJs, right? A lot of the same stuff every single night. Now you're getting to write these films, you're getting to shoot them. How has this transition kind of came to be, and what have you learned in these last 6 months?
I would say the transition came from kind of pointing a camera at something and you get creative with the angles, but the story's kind of already there for you. What's happening in the event space, it's all right there. Versus in the documentary space, short films, you kind of have to like create that narrative yourself. And I found that to be extremely artistic, and pushing myself creatively to do so was really fascinating. You kind of find a lot of inspiration on Vimeo and just kind of going down the YouTube rabbit hole. So that was kind of the main source of inspiration.
Did being tired from the road at all play a part in you wanting to transition out of shooting DJs?
A little bit, and then the turnaround time. So it's
Yeah.
like you don't ever really feel like you're putting out your best caliber
Yeah.
work because the turnaround time is so fast. So it was nice to be able to work on a film for almost a year. Like we had 14 shoot days for this, spent about the last year editing everything. So it was nice to like take our time and really craft the story that we wanted to for this one.
Did you get rolled by cops at all during these shoots?
Thank God, no. But we had just wrapped one take. We were up at the top of the mountain, and a motorcycle cop came by, and he was like, "If I saw you guys shooting that, I would have given you a ticket." But we were like camera was already back in the car. He just saw the rig. Yeah, so we're like, "What are you talking about? We're shooting like a YouTube video." It's chill.
Vlogging.
Yeah, we're
Vlogging,
vlogging.
dude.
We're vlogging out the
students.
front of the car. Yeah, we're UCLA film students.
Exactly.
I used that one the other day. It was great.
That's a money one.
That one
dude.
worked so well, and the guy's wife was a UCLA film. He goes, "Oh, my bad, dude. Wife would be pissed." If
Can't give a student a ticket. Come on.
Student
wife would be
ticket.
pissed if I did this.
What were you shooting that on?
We shot that on the Komodo and the Raptor.
Very sick,
Red
dude.
Komodo, Red Raptor.
Did you buy the Komodo after we last spoke to you, or is it something that you were renting?
I think when I last spoke to you, I had not owned the Komodo yet. Then I purchased it. My good buddy Matt Parchin owns a bunch of like Raptors and stuff, so he was really generous and brought out his whole black arm. So the black arm is what attaches to the car. You shoot a lot of car stuff,
Yeah,
don't you? So
black
you're-
arms.
You're
the
familiar.
Ukraine, we call it now.
Okay, cool. It's called the Ukraine.
Well, because these call it the Russian arm.
Oh, you can't say
but
that
then
anymore.
we went for the Ukraine.
I can't. Yeah, cancel. A little bit more
Changed it
friendly
up.
for society. Yeah.
Black arm works too.
Yeah, black arm with the Movi on there. So it's pretty much just like a gimbal that can hold a lot higher of a weight and
And
some
then-
more control.
And then the drone stuff.
Yeah,
Joseph
so
was fire.
Those drone shots
Were
were
really
amazing.
clean.
thank you. Well, so Roddy, who also did all the drone stuff for Mitchell's film, he came out and shot all the drone shots on his Inspire. So that was really awesome. He's a great dude. We love hanging out with him, and he's always just down to put in the time and help everyone out. So.
And talk to us about Zach Patrick, because I know that's your boy, your partner in
Yeah,
crime.
yeah.
how did it come about, you guys wanting to work together? Because if I'm not mistaken, you guys are doing this whole thing together, right?
Yeah, so we both put in our own money for this. We just matched each other. I came to him with the idea to do a 1 minute spec piece for this. I was like, dude, it'll be like 2 or 3 shoot days. It'll be fine. Like, trust me, we got this. I'll put together like a little script or whatever. And I was like, hey, actually, I want to make like a 15-minute film out of this. He's like, dude, really? Like, how much is that going to cost? Yeah. So I'm like trying to convince, you want to convince your parents to like buy you a phone or something. Yeah. You're like, make a little PowerPoint. And you're like, here's why I want this. I was like, Zach, listen, like we need to do this. So Zach's always down for the count, and he's a super talented director of photography, and yeah, it's just really good to have him there. Kind of, we kind of work a little bit differently. I'm kind of more of like a fuck it, let's go. Like, this is the shot I want, and he's more like, let's create a shot list. Let's like really think this through. So kind of coming together like that was really beneficial.
And then how does the editing process work? Do you go through, edit the interview, how you want the flow of the movie to go, and then you put on the B-roll on top of it?
Yeah, so the first thing is we transcribed all of the interview footage. So Adobe's so great now. You can pretty much put everything in there. It'll transcribe everything. It'll have the text over everything, and then you can search by keyword. So you can be like, hey, I want to find like this part, and it'll immediately pull it for you in the timeline. So my roommate, he's a really talented commercial editor, so he did all of that for us, which was really helpful. That really, took us above the next step. Just not having to like sort through all that footage was like I said, 14 days or whatever. So that was really nice. And then from there, you're kind of just like, what is the story? Which we already knew going in, but then you kind of put things into scenes. Okay, so like this scene is going to be about the homies. This scene is about adrenaline, fear, nerves, and adrenaline. So you kind of start to just work from the broad to more specific ideas, and then you start pulling B-roll and putting it into sequences. So each scene was edited on its own, and then we put it all together.
Gotcha.
Sick.
Yeah.
And how convenient that the skater had this coolest deep voice of all time,
Yeah.
dude. Every interview's like, I was skating down. It's so dope,
I'm
dude.
like, you sound like you've like been around for like 60 years.
know.
He has
Some shit.
wisdom.
He's been through
He's
some
been
shit.
through
as
some
soon
shit.
as he started talking, I was like, this video's gonna fucking rock.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, the speakers here had like this very like,
Yeah.
I don't think they handle low tones very well, and he had like the deepest voice.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's okay. We'll get through it. It's okay. But it sounded really good. And Owen actually got introduced to Owen by Josh Newman. They both skated a lot together. And so Josh took me on a follow car run. Have you guys ever heard of a follow car run? So the filmers, when you're shooting these guys, they want like raw clips of them bombing these hills, right? They post them on YouTube, like 30 minutes of the whole run. But when you shoot wide angle, you have to be really close to them to give off like the correct angle that you want. So the follow car is like a rigged up car, and you're going extremely fast with them around these turns, about 2 feet from them. Fuck. So you have to have a very talented driver who knows what he's doing. He's shooting this stuff all the time. So Josh took me on that run and like filmed it and like got my reaction or whatever. So like, this is really cool. Like I want to like do a project like this. So after he passed away, I was like, I kind of want to do something. I'm not ready for like a documentary. I don't want to like touch any of that, but what's something that would be really cool and interesting that I could touch on? So that was kind of the idea that I came with. And Owen and Josh were really close, so it felt right to kind of choose Owen, and he's very well spoken.
Yeah, that's
very
amazing.
cool.
Well, dude, it turned out amazing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Can people see it? Can people watch it yet?
Yeah, we posted it on YouTube, so you can check it out on YouTube. And then we've entered into some festivals, but that's not what it's all about. We just wanted to get it out there and kind of see what the reaction would be. And putting your money into something and seeing it come to fruition is ultimately why we all do what we do.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So
We'll link it down below.
Amazing.
Cheers,
Yeah,
baby.
go watch it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's go. Boom.
thank you.
All right, Chase, give me the one-handed crack.
All right, we're going for it.
Okay, go. Oh, stop.
So you guys started in the
Start it in there and then get
You
your
know what I'm
finger
saying?
under the lid.
Yeah, I was just trying to get position.
No, I know. You see
Yeah,
your-
there we go.
Well, I'm gonna let it happen.
Chase,
Okay.
put it down. Okay. Get it
This,
up in the air,
then this.
then go.
Up in the air,
and then crack
then
it.
connect.
Then
Yes.
connect. Yep.
Bang.
up in the
Bang.
air.
Yep. Then connect. Okay.
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 Pretty smooth.
Put it down on the
back
table. Give me a spin.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. I've never seen the drink put in half like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty
just cracked
crazy.
it right in half.
Yeah,
But
right
hey,
in half. Hey, 3-9. Welcome to the show,
3-9,
baby.
welcome to the show.
Welcome
to the
Welcome to the
show.
show.
Let's start somewhere. This thing was like depressurized. It felt kind of off.
No,
so I don't
it's,
know.
it's
Maybe I was
only
set up for
only
failure.
up from here. That's the important thing to know. So you put on your own film festival.
We did.
Where did that idea come to be?
Yeah, so I guess it all started living with Sam back in 2020. That was kind of when Atmosphere Films kind of came to life, the ideation behind it. Sam and I were doing a bunch of travel work before COVID, and COVID hit, and we kind of came home and realized that it was really important for us to have a production company at home here in the United States, that we could run work through and create something out of here at home when we weren't out traveling. And so Sam and I were living together back in Point Loma, and the idea of atmosphere kind of came to life. I've always been very keen on my environment, the people I surround myself growing up. So we wanted to start a company where, you can just kind of create an atmosphere of something that's very intimate that people want to be a part of, that's more than just a production house. So that's when Atmosphere kind of started back in 2020. And so in 2021, we actually filmed a documentary called Paralyzed to Peaks about one of my buddies from college that got paralyzed in a jiu-jitsu accident, had a miraculous recovery, and became the first person with a spinal cord injury to summit Mount Whitney, which is the tallest mountain in the lower 48.
Wow.
So that was a very powerful story that we worked on. And so, with that being said, we wanted to host a premiere for it. And so we live in Encinitas, or Sam and I used to live in Encinitas. I still live there. But there's the historic La Paloma Theater, and we've seen countless films there from other people that have hosted premieres, and we wanted to host our own premiere for our film. And so we hosted the premiere for Paralyzed to Peaks, sold it out, and just had an absolutely amazing night with, close to, 300 some people in attendance, and just realized how we could actually have such an important impact in a community, in many communities, from just one piece. And so with that, we took the Paralyzed to Peaks premiere and took a spin on it, where we wanted to give more artists an opportunity to showcase their work. And so that gave birth to the first Atmosphere Film Festival, which happened last year in, I guess it was December of 2022. And so that was a huge hit. We showcased a bunch of friends' work, as well as some photographers' work in the lobby, and just had an awesome night. And so that's what we've been kind of curating down south, is the Atmosphere Film Festival, and taking it one year at a time, one step at a time, but having a big vision for the future and what we can do. So this year we actually just hosted our second Atmosphere Film Festival, which was definitely a daunting task to put on yet again, because there's always that thought of is this gonna happen? Like, are we gonna have enough films? Like, a great enough impact? All these negative things, and then it finally happened, and we just had such an incredible night, and just really validified what we do and as filmmakers, and being able to create impactful pieces and really change the world one step at a time with just some cameras. So
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I will say I went to the second Atmosphere Film Festival, and I left feeling extremely impacted and feeling like I wanted to make long form horizontal stuff. I feel like so much of what I do is like vertical and short form, and I've really been having the itch to make longer form horizontal pieces, and I feel like it really kind of started from going to your film festival. So thank you for putting it on. It's definitely making an impact.
Thanks for coming.
How do you select people for the film? Like, what is the submission process like to get into your film festival?
So as of now, and for the last 2 years, it's mainly just been through referrals, through connections, through our friends. And we've watched a lot of our friends grow over the last few years in, whether it's their photography, their filmmaking, their music, all sorts of things. And so we've been, very grateful to be blessed with such talented people in our community. So from the start, it's basically just been, a lot of our friends that have been working on pieces that we've known about. It's been just mostly of our friends just coming together from the start. But for the future, we want to open up for submissions and really cultivate a community that's, seeing a variety of work from different places, different cultures, different people, different, ways of filmmaking, etc. So, as much as I love surf filmmaking and outdoors filmmaking, we want to have a good variety of media that people see at the Atmosphere Film Festival.
Hell yeah, dude. So you, like you said, you do a lot of like oceany wave stuff. How do you prepare for that? Because it's so cool, and I also just love that you're in the water, you're making the shit. You have underwater housing. Do you have
fins?
Do you have fins?
Do you put the red in the water? I saw that you have a red on your Instagram.
Not yet. Yeah, that's the goal,
Like,
is to get the red in the water.
God, no.
No, I'm really looking forward to that eventually. But for now, I shoot a lot of my stuff in the water on Canon. But it's so fun. It's very challenging because the ocean environment's always changing, and I love that because it really forces you to be creative in scenarios, and also just to be calm and approach your composition, your filmmaking, in just an exciting perspective, because it's like nothing is really under your control. You know, maybe your settings, your focal lengths, etc. But you know, the waves are always changing, the currents, etc. But that's what's so crucial, is to be really in touch with and in tune with those that you're working with. And in my case, the surfers, we're very connected with them and know, like, you know, he's going to make the certain turn at this point. He knows that I'm going to move out of the way at this point. And so then you build this kind of connection surrounding safety, which is very crucial. But you know, when you throw yourself in a lineup with a bunch of surfers you don't know, it can be a little bit more risky. So
I bet, dude.
Is there a place that you haven't shot in the water yet? Like, do you have desire to go to Pipeline and go shoot that? Like, where are the places you want to hit that you haven't shot yet?
Absolutely. So, you know, we shoot a lot of longboarding and small wave surfing and Encinitas, which I love, and it's super fun. But yeah, ultimately it would be super cool to shoot at Pipeline. And I was actually there last week. I got to see the WSL finals and see guys like John and Barron and, you know, all those guys just surfing these amazing waves just feet away from you. You know, you don't realize how close the wave is to the beach until you're right in front of it. But I would love to shoot at Pipeline eventually. And I've just been blessed with such an amazing community of friends in Hawaii that, you know, hopefully we can get there and get out in the water with. So,
dude,
really
it's so smart when you make ocean photography and videography your niche. It's like, you only get to go to cool places. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't got oceans in North Dakota, dog. You know what I'm saying? That is so smart. I should have done that. Cars are just like, they're everywhere. Desert and shit.
Every freeway.
Yeah, every freeway.
Every freeway.
Like a trafficy street.
That's
Yeah,
funny. Where
jealous.
did your love for the ocean like stem from? Did you grow up in Encinitas surfing? And
No, not at all. So I actually grew up in the desert in Arizona, and
no waves out there.
No waves out there. A lot of sand, a lot of cacti.
He was
but
sand chase back
different
in
kind
the
of
day.
sand. Yeah.
He changed his bio when he moved to LA.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, we grew up coming out to San Diego when I was a kid, and grew just an affinity for the ocean and love for the ocean, and wanted to surf, and eventually picked up a camera and kind of linked those both together. But yeah, it's just such a fun environment to shoot in, and you know, you're just, for me, I just feel at peace in the water. So we've been fortunate enough to work on some really cool projects surrounding surf, surrounding foiling in the ocean. We were out there last week filming some surf foiling in South Shore Oahu, so that was really special.
I heard that's a new sport, right? Someone just told me about this, right?
It's pretty rad.
Yeah, so foiling itself has been around for actually a decent amount of time, and mainly stemmed from boats. There's boats that are basically have foils that allow them to levitate across the water. And so some athletes basically took that and strapped them to boards and kind of created surf foils. And so the foiling scene is definitely growing. It's an up and coming sport, essentially. And we've been fortunate enough to work with some amazing athletes in South Shore of Oahu that have started downwinding, which is basically they'll hop on a foil at one point in the water and they'll take it 10, 20 miles down the coast.
Holy shit.
And even from island to island in certain races. So it's a really unique aspect of surfing, which is actually being taken up on by, you know, a lot of professional surfers that mainly are known for just, you know, surfing standard boards that have been, you know, it's the sports that's been around forever. So it's kind of just a newer form of surfing that's really been taking off. And, you know, within some of these races that we're shooting in this last trip, you know, we saw like Connie Tsunami out there and some other pro surfers that are mainly just known for riding standard longboards and shortboards, but now have taken to boards that levitate across the water.
Is there a film that you're working on this year as someone who has a film festival?
Yes, we have several projects in the works. A couple of which we're building around some of these guys in Oahu, and the different brands that they ride with, etc. So on this trip, we were filming some films for some new riders that have joined some companies and stuff like that. But we definitely have some big picture plans for what we want to work on. But, you know, for me, I've been very excited for working on longer pieces that are taking, you know, durations further than 20, 30 minutes to feature length film. So ideally I would love to work on something that's a feature length film surrounding water and its impacts with people around the world in different sports, etc. It's just a matter of time and figuring out the right story and the right people.
If someone wants to get funding to do like a short film or one that's 30 minutes long, how do you recommend they go about that? Is it finding athletes and then brands that are connected to them, or is it reaching out to other brands that could be just a part of said film? What do you feel like is some of the best way to kind of go about that in your experience?
That's a great question. And I think a lot of the answer to that stems from just building the relationship with those athletes. And so, you know, we've been really fortunate enough to work with some great guys on the South Shore, and we filmed the film Voyager last year. They told a little snippet of their story that found itself on Hawaiian Airlines, and like we just like had no idea that was going to be some possibility from us just creating a story surrounding these guys and their foiling. So that was something really cool that we've had, you know, a lot of friends share with us, like, oh, watching the film on the jet. And so
That's funny.
yeah, that was really special, and also just opened up our eyes that, you know, although I'm not from that community and that culture, that we can still create a piece that culture really appreciates, and that we can continue to do great things within the industry. So we're really looking forward to, you know, continuing to shoot and foiling and create longer format pieces.
Well, I'm excited to see the long form stuff that you put out. Once you put out, I feel like that next long form thing, I'd love to have you back on,
Yeah,
full
dude.
episode. But
Yes.
thank you for coming
Appreciate
on, dude.
you.
Cheers,
Absolutely.
man.
Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
Thanks
Cheers,
for popping
baby.
in.
so much.
Let's
All
go.
right.
The Rocks love you, dude.
The Rocks?
The Rocks.
The Rocks love you.
We're calling the fans the Rocks.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
Roc Nation.
Roc Nation, baby.
I love it.
Nation.
What's up, Roc Nation?
Oh, dude.
Nate, give me the one-handed crack.
Right, we
Be
lift
care-
it and
lift it in
tweak
the
it.
air, and
So I
then
thought about the strategy.
And then that.
Oh, we have to lift it up, right?
yeah. Don't put your finger on it. Everyone's been messing it up.
Thought this strategy. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, what?
That was good.
That was crazy.
8-1, Nate.
8-1, Nate.
Best one of the night. Go!
Dude, I don't think
Look at this.
I've never seen someone crack one like that.
That was the
mean,
most
I was-
unique way. You would have been in the nines if you would have flipped that tab back in the air.
Oh,
yeah, almost
Yeah,
made it to the nines.
Almost made it to the nines. That was a really good
Next
8-1.
time.
I promise you, I literally thought about this last week. I was opening a can and I was like, dude, what if I get on that again?
It's
and I
not
need
bad.
to,
You
so
could
I prepped
leverage
for it.
that.
That was
way.
an insane technique. I feel
Yeah.
like most people's thumbs don't do that.
No, I think he went this. The
It
leverage
helps with
leverage.
not crushing it because you're trying to put pressure here. I realize when you're doing this, you're putting pressure.
He's thinking about the dent.
He's thinking about
I'm thinking about the
dent.
I mean, from the guy that just knows how to go viral, it doesn't surprise me that
Yeah.
he knows how to do a one-handed crack.
Right, dude.
Dude, so last time we spoke, you were still working with Zach King at the studio, and now you've left the studio to do your own thing. How has that been?
Dude, it's been so eye-opening. I've
bet.
been telling people you'll never learn more about yourself than when you quit your job and try to do your own thing. And I learned a lot of, how do I put this? I don't want to say like nasty things about me, but like just unorganized, lazy, just all these like negative things about myself. I'm like, dude, that's who you are. Like you have this image like, yo, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be killing it. And then you're just like, I'm watching TV. I'm wasting time away. I'm doing nothing. I've saved like a couple $, so I'm chilling. But there's like no longer that pressure, and you're just like, what am I doing? What gets me up out of bed? So it's a real like big mental, I don't want to say battle, but it just shifts everything. You're like, okay, what is my goals? What are my goals in life? What am I doing? What am I trying to become? So as much as that can sound negative, I think it's the most positive thing because then you're able to work on those things. So for the last 8 to 9 months, I've been kind of just being like, okay, we need to get more organized, more structural. We need to have like calendars set up. I need to hire people to start like building a team because I can't do everything alone. So it's been very eye-opening is what I've been telling people. And I say, again, if you want to learn more about yourself, just quit your job, start your own thing. And I bet just like you guys starting this podcast, you had to learn a lot by starting your own. You see podcasts and you're like, oh, that's awesome. It's going to be easy. And then you do it, you're like, whoa, it's not. But then you learn the flow and everything. And it's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. So,
What has been the thing from an organizational standpoint that has really helped you? Are you a Google Calendar guy now?
I am, but
Okay.
I also bought this thing called the Big Ass Calendar. Have you
Oh,
heard
yeah,
about
yeah,
it?
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's massive. It's on my
Takes
wall.
up this whole thing.
You know, it's both encouraging yet terrifying because you look at it and you're like, that's not a lot of squares. Oh wait, that's all the days in the year right there in front of my eyes, and you're just like, dang.
Yeah, that's crazy,
That's crazy.
actually.
It's really I don't know. It checks you.
You started doing a thing called the Wheel of Life. Or
I did.
Is it the Wheel of Life?
Nate's Fate.
Nate's Fate.
It's not
Better
really
Nate,
a title,
better
but that's what I call it.
Yeah,
Nate's
it's better.
Fate. Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Tell us
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
So, dude, basically, from the last podcast, I didn't know what I was doing with my life. And so quit my job and I'm like, okay, what's going to be my thing? I decided to make the fact that I don't know what I'm doing with my life, my content. And so basically, the idea is I let people comment what they think I should do next week or this month or whatnot. I put it on this wheel, this prize spin wheel, and then I spin it, and whatever it lands on, I do. Because therefore, I don't have to wake up and be like, oh, what's the next video I'm going to do? Is it going to be like
Right.
hanging out with these guys, or am I going to go to Hawaii? It's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I got time. So let me spin this. It lands on, hey, go to Angel's Landing in Zion and hike that. And I'm like, well, I got next weekend free. I got to do this because now it landed on it. So that was like the beautiful part of it. That's been going interestingly okay. It hasn't done as great as I hoped, which is, again, a big check. You're like, okay, I think this is going to do well. doesn't, because again, the content isn't about being viral. It's more about my life. So it's switching my content. So that's tough. But on top of that, you just end up learning. Everything's a lesson, you know? So I'm like, this didn't work. How could I make this better? And I'm kind of starting all over again, I feel like. And I've just gotten so excited about failing in life that everything just is super exciting. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, I'm not terrified of what people think of me or terrified. I'm terrified I'm not living, of not doing what I want to do, of not self-discovering myself. So all these things, I'm like, hey, this video didn't work, but I got to go to Zion. Hey, this didn't work, but I went to France. Literally, I hope I don't put this too far in the universe, but next month I have an opportunity to go to Antarctica.
Nice, dude.
Oh, wow. And I'm kind of full sending it, and it's not cheap. And I took a moment, I was like, these are about like the next 10, 20 videos could be with this like one piece of, what's up, Sam?
Just pop
if
it.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Timing wise, when do you need me?
Oh,
next.
Next,
like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm almost done.
Yes,
I'm almost
perfect.
done. But basically,
Are you gonna see orcas?
He gave
no,
me
I'm trying
one
to
of
see
these as he
penguins
left.
and orcas probably.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is gonna be so fucking cool.
But it's a 10-day trip, and I'm just sending it, and I'm like, financially, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm like, again, also, if I put myself out there, I'm also gonna have like that energy of like, wait, I need to reach out to brands, I need to hit them up, I need to like, and so when I go home, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can watch a movie tonight. I'll be like, you got to get work done, you know. So it puts that pressure, and it just like I realize I work that way.
You're putting yourself up against the wall, and you're
Yep.
leaving no room but go forward,
Exactly.
baby.
the other
Exactly.
thing, so Nate's Fate, it might not be making you viral videos, but it could help you get chicks. I'm telling you.
Let's hope.
What's up, baby? Nate's Fate told me to give you a kiss. That would so work, dude. Or you spin it. Yeah, you could just tell them, like, I spun my wheel. It said to introduce myself, give you a kiss. Here I am.
Yeah.
And, dude, ice broken.
Dude, I love it.
That
Ice
was
broken
so
in
weird.
Antarctica?
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Oh.
Wait,
Okay.
What is the idea though for the penguins? You're just going to film them, or is there an idea behind it?
I'm going to tell this video, no one take it because he can't. But basically, I'm getting a penguin onesie.
Okay.
And then it's going to shoot the penguins, going to pan.
This is not what I thought he was going to say.
It's gonna pan with the penguins, right? It's just shooting the penguins, and they're gonna say day 37. I've infiltrated. They still don't know who I. And it pans over, and that's just me in a penguin suit. You've seen those memes, but I'm putting it in live action, so that's one of the videos.
And in
But-
Antarctica.
Action memes, dude.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's a good idea.
Exactly. But hey,
so
this is something
funny.
I wanted to say on the podcast because I
Okay.
know my time's almost up, but because I want to like. You know, when I'm successful, I want to come back on this podcast and be like, yo, we made it, y'all. This is what happened, right? But the message I want to kind of tell people is like, just get out there and try stuff. Like, as much as like some things as fails for me, who determines what a failure is? Like, everything can be a lesson learned. I've learned more through my failures than successes. I feel like a lot of life has gone well for me, so I'm very grateful. But I'm learning so much now because of all these things. And as you do that, you just realize you can pivot. Don't worry if you have to change. I'm planning to do 30 spins, and then after that, I'm taking like a little moment to be like, reassess, like, do I continue or do I pivot, you know? Because I made another video that was just like a meme. Took me about 2 hours. It got 16 million views and 2.7 likes. And I'm like, this took me 2 hours. And then my videos, I'm doing these wheel things, but you just realize like, at the end of the day, you're a content creator. You're trying to entertain or provide value in a world of content where you're trying to provide value, like you guys on this podcast. We get it. We get like the whole like turmoil, like, wait, this is personal, but also how is it giving? So where is that line between like giving and like showing who I am and just being me? And you know, that's a journey we have to all go through. But if anything, just keep experimenting, keep trying, just keep going is the idea. Because someone said you can only lose if you quit, or like, or you just like,
you can only.
you only quit when you stop. It's like with actors, like when do you fail? It's like when you just stop. Because if you never stop, you never quit or fail. Like you never know. It's the chase of it. So
You can't lose if you don't quit, baby.
Love it.
hey, guys,
Good to see you,
thanks
baby.
for having me again. I appreciate it. And next time we're gonna be like, hey, we made it. We made it.
dude.
We got the one-handed cracks. Oh, Tito's.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Giddy up. All right, here we go. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Never, ever forget the cameraman. I didn't know there was another one sneaking in the back there. God damn.
All right.
Pour me up one, dude.
Dude,
Wait,
you know-
Rachel.
Rachel.
She was gonna take a shot with it.
Come on in, Rachel. Come on in.
The thing about Leisure Dude, this is a great chaser.
Tracer.
Great chaser.
There we go. This is
Come on.
my
No,
this
no.
is my event planner.
Oh,
Everybody,
right.
what's
Oh, we need to
up?
take a
What's up?
celebratory shot with
Yeah,
that.
come on.
Absolutely.
Get in here. Get in here. This is. I feel like this feels right to end off episode 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is 100.
This
Yeah,
is
this is
100.
100. Yeah.
This is
The
what-
last one they ever made.
I assume you guys have
This is-
recorded 100.
No, it's here.
We just went for it live.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I don't know about portions here, but I'm just kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
You got one?
usually
You got
a tequila shot guy, but we'll rip some fucking
Yeah.
Tito's.
Yeah. Vodka shot?
Always drink.
Here we go.
Sam, do you want to? No. Oh yeah, you're fine. Do you actually know?
Hey.
Sam's like, if I'm not in the pub, I'm not drinking.
Brits,
If it's not a
man.
Guinness, I don't want it.
Do you have one?
You got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got one?
You got one? Well,
Dude, I don't think we've taken a shot on the
no,
pod
we never
before.
have. This
We
is the
never
first.
have.
This is the
Leave it
first
to
time for
Sam, baby.
everything.
This is what we do.
Leave it to Sam. Sam Newton's Film Festival, second one ever, baby.
No.
Cheers.
Let's
Third
go.
one.
The fifth one. Jesus.
Fourth one
so
ever.
far off.
Fourth one
You're
ever.
so far off.
Sam Newton's fifth film
Cheers,
festival.
cheers.
Cheers.
I'm just getting the numbers all wrong, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's gonna feel really
Just
good
as
tomorrow.
good as I remember.
All right, here we go. One-handed
I'm
crack.
being sabotaged already.
No,
What
no,
the fuck
no,
is this?
no.
I see the dents.
No, yeah, okay.
But
Okay,
I already
hey.
saw those beforehand.
We clocked them.
We clocked
Read
them.
that.
It's
Read
like a
that out
rental
loud.
car.
Read that out loud at the
So
camera.
no
fake
fake
stuff.
stuff.
That's a lot of fake stuff that they're throwing my way right now.
It's like a rental car. We check out the dents beforehand.
Guys.
Yes,
Thank
let's
you,
go.
Rachel.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rachel.
We'll talk about Rachel in a second.
Okay, give me the one-handed crack presented by Leisure Hydration. What do you got for me? Pick it off the table, please.
I was,
Yeah, don't
I was
start on
one
the
of the
table.
worst, right?
No, but you have an 8-1 to beat today, and you could cap it off on
tonight's
a
haven't been
Nate
that
Norrell
great.
went off.
There's a 0%.
No, you
chance.
got it. I think you got it. Give it to me. Come on.
Yep, fair.
Oh,
Really fair.
Okay, do it again. We'll restart again.
Ooh.
It was a fault.
All right,
It was a
let's see it.
redo.
I kind of want the worst score. Give me a fucking 0, baby.
1.5 for Sam Newton,
Bring
baby.
it down. Bring it
Good shit.
down.
Good shit.
You
dude.
put on
The moment I saw it, I'm like, I'm just
you,
gonna.
you put on a hell of a festival.
Yeah.
Not
You
good
really
at the
did,
crack,
man.
but you put on a hell of a
no,
festival.
you got to be a winner. So either I'm the
Yeah.
best,
or the worst.
I'm the worst.
And you were the worst
You
tonight.
got to remember me, you know.
But you threw on a great festival, dude. How do you go about thinking about putting on something like this, getting 500 people under one roof, bringing this community together? When did that idea first come to thought?
Then running straight into here, ripping a podcast. Dude, I was like looking at my watch. I'm like, oh shit, this is probably about time. The walk over from the In-N-Out truck here, like just trying to be like, I have one destination,
Yeah.
was so fucking
I
hard.
bet.
Immediately, like, Sam, real quick, can I? And like, it's amazing. It's what I live for and what I absolutely want. But like at the same time, I'm like, damn it, I gotta go. And like, you want to give people the time of day because there's 400 people here, which is wild. But like 3 hours, 400 people, do the math. That's 180 minutes. I couldn't even, if I spent 30 seconds talking to each person, I couldn't even get to every single person here. So that's like the hard part. And so like the conversations I do have, I want to be as intentional as possible and be like, where are you from? Like, tell me about yourself. But then I'll catch myself going like 3 minutes. I'm like, shit, I gotta slide on out. But yeah, this is what I live for, man. I do this every single year. Once a year is definitely enough. Because God, throwing events is stressful. But it's worth it seeing it. I got the guys playing pool right now, those are like my high school best friends. So like,
Oh, I love that.
Were they
That's awesome.
were they in the film that we saw tonight?
yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
So like I talked about Jose and AJ and Gabe's probably wandering around. And DeAndre, he was in one of my first music videos right there, the guy with the dreads. What's up, Dre? Yeah, so those are like literally guys I've known since I was like 7 years old. So it's cool to see like all my worlds colliding on one day. My voice is already like
I
going,
bet, dude.
yeah.
Dude, one of my favorite parts about the film that you closed the festival out with was that in the beginning of the festival, before we got started, we had to do a lot of takes of this shot. And I was like, God damn, we're doing a lot of takes. And then in your fucking video, it ends with the shot that we just filmed here. It was so, I was like, oh wait, did we just do that? It was fucking sick. It was very like,
You went to the
quick.
back and exported?
Yeah, you went to
we
that.
literally ran back here,
Yep.
put it back in the Premiere file, exported.
Were you
Now watch-
worried like crash
God.
or?
We did so many different practice takes though to make sure like cool it's gonna export, it's gonna be fine, and it worked out well. And I really just wanted that moment of like surprise within the audience, like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. And like if you were here, you know it was kind of weird. And like dude, I was telling Rachel, my event planner, I wouldn't have been able to do this without her, but how fucking awkward that moment was for me to be like at the beginning, lights were kind of off, I couldn't see anybody's faces, nobody who's been boozing at this point in time, everyone just got in and sat down, right? And then I was like, in my mind, I'm like, cool, easy, group shot, everyone's gonna be vibing, it's gonna be great. And the moment I picked up the mic, I'm like, hey, we're gonna do a quick group shot. Silence. It's like,
Crickets.
oh fuck. We're gonna do it 5 times too. By the way, it's not gonna be once. We're gonna do it probably like 7 times. And it was so just like. After the second or third one, just in my mind, I'm like, people are over this. They hate it. But I had to see it through, and then
Gotta see it through, my
It was
boy.
worth it in the end.
Totally.
It was
Yeah.
worth it.
It was an awesome film. It had so much depth to it, and I feel like when it started, I was okay. Where are we going? We're gonna talk about your life, and you just took us on this awesome journey. We got to see all your friends, all of your family, and I mean, I was about to cry at the end of it, and it takes a lot for me to cry. So
I appreciate that.
I
I mean,
really loved your film.
I was balling.
I know.
The whole time.
I know. But hey, you know what? You brought all of us here together, and I think that it just shows that, you know, you are such a nice person, and all of the people that I got to speak to tonight, they all have that same bubbly energy that you have, and I'm like, it's true that you were just such an awesome guy, and I'm grateful that you even had us here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like I do this because, and see, that's Gabe. Fuck that guy. I mean, I genuinely do this because of community and bringing people together. And I do think episode 100 right now, 505, the reason why I invited you guys out here, I think you guys have an impeccable sense of the importance of community that, you know, you guys understand just as well as I do. Like, I love to fuck around. I love to joke around. I love to chat shit. I love to just really... You know, I make fun of people and I make jokes. It's my personality. But like deep down, you take one layer back and I'm like, this is what I live for. And I see the same thing with you guys. And like, you know, obviously we know each other pretty well, but not like insanely well. But like even my first experience on the podcast, I'm like, damn, these guys, your guys' connection is next level. Like the way you guys operate with each other, 10 out of 10. Your guys' work ethic is incredible, and your guys' sense of community and like bringing people together is awesome. And that's why I'm like, I know if any podcast is going anywhere, it's 505, and you guys are gonna be fucking huge.
Thank you.
And so I'm like, if I had the thought, I'm like trying to think of different things that would make this thing fun. I'm like, I'm gonna get the 505 guys out. I didn't know it was gonna be the 100th episode.
We made it big.
But you guys understand community, and I'm pretty sure everybody watching right now too watches because you guys bring together such an incredible community of people, and that's something not to take lightly, because at the end of the day, that is, as creators, one of the most important things that we can have. And yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I really appreciate that.
Dude, we love
Wow.
you.
Is this mine, by the way, or yours? Did I
That's
bring
not
it?
for me.
Oh, okay, cool. I was looking at it for a second. It was right in between us. I'm like, did I bring
That looks
in?
pretty good.
Cool.
Okay, one question to leave
Sorry,
us with.
Leisure.
This year, 2024, what is something that you want to work on as a creator and accomplish this year?
Oh shit. I'm definitely like, that project was
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
was
big.
my
Yeah.
was my like getting that done. Now my next step is less like creator based and more internal. I just went through a breakup a few months ago. I'm trying to like figure out. I'm hitting 30. I've hit like a level of like, I'm not the most successful person in the world, but you know, in the creator world, like I've done the things that I want to do in a lot of ways. And so my next step, if we're talking about next steps, is like really figuring out like, all right, who am I? What do I want? I have this incredible audience that fucks with me, fucks with my videos. How do I take that and go into the next decade in an intentional way and do it in a way that feels good for me? It doesn't feel like I'm just like pumping out videos to get the next paycheck, to get the next, because it's so easy to just stack it and get lost in the grind. And so I'd say that's my next step, is to like almost step back and be like, all right, cool. Where am I? Take a deep breath. How can I take this insanely beautiful thing that I built and then make it even better?
I love
Love
it.
that,
Sam,
dude.
thank you so much for
Cheers.
coming on for episode 100, baby.
Sorry.
We love you,
There we
brother.
go.
We
Love you,
love you,
dude.
brother.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for being
Appreciate
here.
you a ton.
And 505, baby. Episode 100.
Let's go, dude.